At the end of this month, we have the most exciting UFC heavyweight fight of all time. Francis Ngannou versus Ciryl Gane. However, at the moment, it's currently believed that Francis only has one fight left on his contract. So that leaves the UFC in a very sticky spot, which could potentially see their heavyweight champion with no contract. In this video, I'm going to be having a look at the one main condition, which is a deal breaker for Francis in his new contract or potential new contract. Boxing. But before we jump into the video, you know what to do. Hit the like, subscribe and the little bell icon to stay up to date with the content if you enjoy it. I very much appreciate the engagement and I very much appreciate the growth. So let's jump into it. Dana White has kept his cards very close to his chest when it comes down to Francis Ngannou contract negotiations. But the one thing he has said is Francis's management team is letting him down. But let me translate that for you. You're asking for too much money, mate. But what does Francis actually want? Of course, I think he wants more money and he wants to be treated like the global superstar, which he undoubtedly is. But he also wants to be able to box. The boy just wants to box. Now, before Francis even threw on a pair of 4-ounce leather gloves, he always wanted to be a boxer. You can watch any interview. He always talks about the love for boxing that he had when he originally moved to France. He said recently in an interview that either way this will happen and it's not something he's taken his eye off. He will box, and before he retires, he will box. The boy is very adamant on this one, and he doesn't look like someone to budge. He spoke about Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder, Anthony Joshua, and said that he wanted to test himself to their level. Now that leaves Dana White in a very sticky situation because you have the baddest man on the planet with one fight potentially left on his contract that wants to go into an entirely different sport. So what does Dana do from here? Or what makes sense for Dana to do next? We know for a fact that Dana White does not like cross-pollination. He doesn't like diving into other sports, and he certainly doesn't like other sports making money off of his stars, especially when it's Francis Ngannou, who, like I said, baddest man on the planet. So I think we're potentially going to see a setup where Dana White gets a big slice of that pie, because when you have a look at the potential matchups at heavyweight for Francis, Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder, Anthony Joshua, like I previously mentioned, they are some of the biggest boxing matches in history, and of course Dana White wants to get paid from that. However, another spanner in the works is this man floating around at 6'4" called Ciryl Gane. Now, if Francis Ngannou loses his heavyweight matchup with Ciryl, he loses a lot of leverage in that situation. So what happens next? Does he secure a contract before their fight? Does he look to negotiate one after potentially they win? I don't know. All I know is that man's going to boxing. Whether it will be now, whether it will be in 5 years or 10 years, I don't know. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Let me know what you think he should do. Should he go over to boxing or should he stay in the cage for now? I personally would still love to see him in the UFC, but I'm not going to lie, I'm quite intrigued to see how he'd match up against some of the heavyweight greats, especially the likes of Tyson Fury. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below. As always, thank you very much for staying engaged with the content, and hit the little like, subscribe and the bell icon to stay up to date with the daily MMA content. Bringing you MMA from the UK, you know what it is on Casuals Corner. Look after yourselves. Peace.